still on my fingers. I haven't burnt myself yet. This is really, I call this success in the kitchen. It's like I'm in the TV. Everyone at home, get yourself your own chef to come and hang out with you. You're going to think that what I just made out of the fridge is from a fancy restaurant.
I'm Kate Merker, food director at Good Housekeeping. Jane Francisco, our editor-in-chief, sent me a message saying that she could use some dinner help. So I'm going to give her a jingle and see what we can do. Jane, are you there?
I am. I'm so glad you called. I am supposed to cook, and you know that's not my job usually, but here we are, meal after meal after meal, and I can't not do it. And I could use your help.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some things that I feel like a whole bunch of people might have and mix them together. Let's see the veggies.
So I have kale, a gigantic, look at the biggest potato you've ever seen in your whole life. Well, at least I've ever seen in my
potato. You have to take that out of the fridge and keep it in a cool, dark spot. Do not keep it in the fridge.
Yeah. For potato.
You said you have kale.
I do have kale.
Got it.
There's something exciting for me to do with kale. I'm a little bit afraid of kale.
Go to the pantry.
Okay, so I have some panko. Never used that before, so maybe yay. I got sliced peaches.
Oh, look at that, chickpeas. I'm going to give you a quick pantry tip. Take a Sharpie and just label the tops of the cans so you don't actually have to pull it out.
Such a good idea. Thank you. Onion, I do have onion. But
tell me it's not in your fridge.
What's in the fridge?
Hey,
people. We are bad people. Okay.
You're going to keep your onion and your potato both in a cool, dry spot, but separate.
I probably have garlic. Not sure if that's in the fridge. Oh, it's in the fridge.
I won't tell anybody.
I don't know.
Let's leave the onion, take the garlic.
Here's the pastas that are out. This one, is that what you were thinking? Oh, smoked paprika? What?
Yes.
Look at me.
Nice. Also grab your olive oil while you're in the pantry. So before we get any other ingredients, I think you should put a pot of water on to boil.
Okay. I'm actually cooking this right now. I can't even believe it.
I think that's the plan.
This is like a real friend who comes into my house.
Before, I want you to stop everything you're doing and put water on to boil.
Okay, stop. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm going. And you're coming with me because it's
really
important. What size pot do you suggest for my pasta?
Most people say a huge, massive pot of boiling water. That looks great to me. Fill it about a little more, like 2/3 of the way.
Okay, wow, that is heavy. So I'm putting it on boil, like boil.
Boil. You're also going to need a large skillet. You're going to start with your garlic. Yep. And did you say that you wanted to figure out a way to use that panko?
But if
we
you
could make some spiced breadcrumbs to sprinkle on top of your pasta. If you want.
That's fun. That would impress the real cook. I got this at one of those give people your favorite thing parties at Good Housekeeping. Oh, look, done.
Let's put your oven on 375 or 400 for your panko. Definitely big enough. Are you sure that can go in the oven?
The size of my face.
It's perfect.
It can go in the oven.
Just remember, when it comes out of the oven, leave a towel on it.
Myself on that situation in the past.
So in that tiny skillet, toss, I don't know, maybe something that looks like about 1/4 cup of panko.
This is very exciting. This is one of the things that I have anxiety about is if we can't go grocery shopping and we have to dig deep, what are we going to make out of things like our panko? I'm going to show you how much I'm putting in here.
Yeah, I would do just a little bit more. Let's drizzle it with some olive oil. So this is sort of your
You get to watch this in action then. Here we go. Oh, look. Oh, that's about the right amount?
That's about the right amount. Now you're going to take either a spoon or spatula and make sure all that panko is coated in the oil.
Oh, this is good. That works pretty well.
Looks amazing.
Okay.
And then you're going to sprinkle some of the smoked paprika over it.
I like the idea of this. It's not going to be spicy so much as flavorful. It doesn't have a thing on the top. I'm worried I'm going to dump it.
Ooh,
that's enough.
I think that's good.
Okay. It just hit 375.
Great. You're probably looking at anywhere between maybe 5 and 7 minutes. Instead of patting it down, use the handle to shake the pan a little. Yeah, okay. Perfect. And Jane, when we're ready to take that out, grab a bowl because the pan will still be hot and it'll keep cooking it if we don't get it out of the pan. Now, you're going to chop your garlic and get it into your skillet with a
This is where the rubber hits the road. I'm actually going to do some chopping. Yep. How much garlic do you want me to be having?
Let's do 3 cloves.
Am I cutting this a little bit off the end or you don't care?
I don't think you want to eat it, so cut it off.
Okay. So how would you do it? Like this?
Yeah. Thinly sliced is great.
Yeah.
So for the next one, Jane, before you start with the next one, turn your knife sideways, perpendicular to or parallel.
Smash it first?
Yeah, smash it. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at, I'm doing it like on the television. It's like I'm in the TV.
On the telly.
And maybe some people feel a little less alone when they see other people who might cook more along the line of their level.
Put all that garlic right in the skillet, and then you're going to cover the garlic with olive oil.
I think I'm putting, okay, you're seeing how much I'm doing?
Seeing.
Is that too much or
Nope,
enough? Or
keep
what?
going, keep going. So this is,
Keep going. Lots. There. Is that enough?
Yep, that's good. Now you're going to turn it on like medium-low.
Okay.
The reason that you are heating the oil and the garlic together is because then the garlic will start infusing the oil. So when you add your kale, anything that touches that oil will have kind of a garlic flavor.
Oh, my timer just went. Okay, there it is. Can you see? Does that look right?
That's great.
I'm going to get a tea towel, as you suggested. I love tea towels. But the ones I always use are the same ones because they're just the most handy. And so now here I am on a fancy cooking show showing off I never use tea towel. I'm trying this now.
Yep, you want to make sure that
tiny.
it tastes toasty.
Let's see.
Toasty, smoky.
Toasty? Mm-hmm. Smoky?
Will you just check on our garlic because we don't want it to burn?
It is, no, it's just kind of like very light little bubbling going on there. You see it?
It looks fantastic. Do you have a lemon? You have a microplane.
Okay.
You're going to zest the lemon directly on top of those breadcrumbs.
Oh,
Okay, so you're going to grate that lemon zest directly into
it.
Yep.
Again, let's make sure I don't like grate off my knuckles.
And you only so turn the lemon as you're grating. So you only want the yellow stuff. You want none of the white stuff.
It's already been pre-zested a little bit.
It looks like somebody might have had, I don't know, maybe a martini with a twist.
Okay, can I just tell you something? Secret? And that is that I'm not really big on cooking like for evening meals and stuff. It's so much more fun if you have someone telling you what to do and being your friend while you're doing it. I could cook dinner every night if someone was just like, okay, now do this, Jane, and like hanging out with me.
You're going to take your block of Parmesan and just go right over the same microplane.
Okay, you tell me how much. Can you see this?
I can see it. Keep her going. You're going to stir that up and then you're going to give it another taste. Reason we didn't take the breadcrumbs out of the pan yet is because I wanted the Parmesan and the lemon to just be a little, activated by the heat.
It smells so good. I wish you could smell it. Yum. But that is very tasty. I'm really pleased with this. I can't even believe it's me who made it.
Is your water ready?
Yes.
Okay, so add salt.
So do I do salt first? How much salt do you like?
Do you happen to have kosher salt? Just curious.
This is sea salt. And you know what?
Got it.
I'll tell you that in this age, we literally went to 3 stores to get any salt. And this was the best we could do.
So I would say probably use about 2 teaspoons. You can dump it right in the water. I can show you. Dump it right in the water.
Oh, geez, boiling over the top. Here we go. Okay. Dumping it straight in? You tell me.
That's good.
You see?
Good. Stop.
I have stopped.
It makes a good sound. So you're going to stir that right away, just so as you're adding it to the boiling water, none of the pasta sticks together or anything like that. Okay, so your kale. Tuscan kale tends to have more tender stems. Like there's not as much crazy huge stem as there is with curly kale. So Jane, yes, you can pull out a little bit of that.
Show you my trick? Can I show you my trick? That you, I'm sure you know better, but this one. What? Yes.
Should you want to, you could keep those stems and either really thinly slice them and saute them up with garlic.
Yes, okay.
So save those kale stems.
Everyone at home, get yourself your own chef to come and hang out with you and tell you what to do.
So you're going to get your garlic oil back on. Yep. Turn it on low, I guess low heat. Okay, now you have only about 6 minutes. So I'm gonna make you boogie. So you're going to stack up as many of those kale leaves as you can. Now you are going to take your amazing chef's knife and you are going to thinly slice. Yep. It's looking perfect. After you finish that batch, you're going to toss that right into your skillet, and that will start to wilt while you are cutting your next batch.
Okay. I still have my fingers. I haven't burnt myself yet. This is really, I call this success in the kitchen.
Before you put the lid on, add a little sprinkle of salt. Perfect. You're going to pop your lid back on, and then you're going to rinse your chickpeas. Rinsing canned beans goes up to 40% of the sodium that comes along with them. You're going to add that right to your steak.
Chickpea juice.
So stir that up. That's great. Give it a little toss. And then you're also going to take that big glass measuring cup and you're going to scoop out a little bit of your pasta water. And you're going to add that pasta water to your kale. That will help, you know, get everything a little bit tender, simmery. Like chicken broth would also work. That's good, Jane. Yeah. And then why don't we taste your pasta? Because I feel like it's probably tender.
You hear me go?
Oh, I think it's done for sure.
Hot. Done.
Let's drain it.
I don't rinse the pasta. I do rinse the pasta. What do you think?
I'm not going to rinse the pasta in this particular case. Kale and chickpeas could just be a side dish. You could eat it over farro, wheat berries, pretty much anything. You could also just serve it with an egg. Let's put your pasta in there. And then you're going to actually squeeze the lemon juice on top of that pasta. And while the pasta's hot, the lemon juice is just going to absorb into the pasta. You are going to grate some fresh Parmesan directly on top of that.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
And grate all over if you can. Basically, you're going to coat the pasta with some of that Parmesan. You're going to toss that.
Stir it. Okay.
Stir it. That Parmesan will start to melt over that pasta. And now you're going to dump your kale chickpea situation in there.
Okay. There's still a bit of water in this. That's fine, right?
That's totally fine. That's going to be, going in. That water or that liquid will help create the sauce for your pasta. Now give it a toss-a-roo.
What do you think?
I mean, I think it looks beautiful. And then I would probably, at this point, add some more Parmesan. And this is where, if the pasta starts to seem dry, that's why you reserve some of that cooking liquid. I should have had you season with a little pepper.
Okay.
So now you're going to give that a taste.
Okay.
We just can't see your face.
So good.
So now you're tasting for Parmesan, salt, pepper.
I think I could put more Parmesan in. I think what's interesting about this, the chickpea in this actually has flavor, where you don't think of chickpeas as having flavor.
So I think you should toss that, get a serving in a bowl, and then we can sprinkle it with your paprika crumbs, and you can give it one final taste.
And then we can take a pretty picture.
So I think you might need a spoon that doesn't have a hole.
I agree. And it has gold on it, this bowl. You're going to think that what I just made out of the fridge is from a fancy restaurant. Like this. Here is the plate.
It looks gorgeous.
And then a little panko. More than that, probably, right?
Probably more than that.
Amazing. What do you want me to do now? Eat it?
Yeah, I want you to actually taste it with your smoked paprika crumbs.
Okay.
Moment of food truth.
Are you ready? I'm excited. I got a chickpea. I got 2 chickpeas. Here we go. I love the smoky. I love the bit of the tiny bit of bitter off of the rind. And I love the crunchy. I love crunchy. Crunchy makes everything special. Oh, it's so good. It's not rich tasting, it's just flavorful.
That's so great. So I will tell you that the paprika crumbs you can keep either in the fridge and then toast them. They should keep for about 5 days or so, maybe even longer. That kale chickpea mixture, you have it somewhere between 3 and 5 days. Again, I feel like tomorrow morning I would eat that for breakfast or brunch or lunch with a runny yolked egg on it, or scrambled, whatever you're fancy.
Who knew you were going to come up with this? It's so good. And who knew you were going to come up with something with a panko in it?
Well, I feel like it's something that you felt like you wanted. It adds a little pizzazz. If you don't have the panko or smoked paprika, you could sprinkle a little crushed red pepper in your kale mixture. Yum.
That sounds good.
And I feel like most people have some part of this. If you don't have kale, you could use mustard greens, you could use the top of radishes, you could use broccoli, you could use spinach, kind of any green that you would braise. Yep. All right. So happy eating. I hope everybody enjoys. I hope Colin, you'll have to tell me what Colin says.
Hey, honey. What's for dinner?
Are you gonna try the new dinner that I made? Hold it up. Yep.
What do we have here?
So it's like a light pasta with chickpea and kale,
Nice.
Tuscan kale, with a special smoked paprika crust, or crumble, or topping. What do you think?
Is that panko?
Yeah.
That's cool. Love it.
All right. Give me
Thank
a
you.
smile. Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, that's it. Jane did it. We made a tasty, incredible meal. I wish I was at her house to eat it. So subscribe to Good Housekeeping and comment on this recipe. Let us know what you have in your pantry and might need help cooking.